All right, just kind of a short video for me, if for nothing else. It's like early January 2025. Spent the last few months really struggling with trying to watch streaming services, trying to interact on social media, just really trying to kind of build some kind of online community. And I don't think those two words go together anymore. I think we gave it a good shot during the pandemic, but hanging out with real people is a lot better. Like I play a lot of webcam Magic the Gathering, and I always enjoy playing at a kitchen table with somebody more. So I think all of this is just the end of taking that to its logical conclusion. Sitting here in my kitchen slash dining room, and this is just part of my board game shelf. Pre-pandemic, my wife and I would host like a board game meetup once a week, sometimes twice a week, if there was some game that we really wanted to get a couple of reps in. And it was a blast. And then, we had COVID happen, everybody locked down, and then people got weird. And at least where I'm at in the rural South, it's kind of hard to, meet people that don't want to watch Georgia Bulldog football games or go hunting or whatever. And that's totally fine. Like I love these people. They are my people, but I don't care, So like I'm trying to play Twilight Struggle with somebody and they're like, what is that? Is that a new video game? It's like, no, it is not. So anyway, just kind of wanted to make a video more for myself than anything else. I had 605 NES tapes back in 2018, and then had to sell them off for a variety of reasons. And as I've been slowly rebuilding it over the last year or two, I have maybe 20 titles. I'll try to cut, and edit in at some point to show you. But it's been a lot more fun just picking up and playing games that I want to play. So like I got a copy of Rygar, and I spent a couple weeks playing it, and I got a notebook out and kind of wrote down the path you had to take, and where to go next, and where the items were found, and like how to upgrade your inventory. And it was really rewarding. I had a lot of fun doing that, more so than when I had 600 games, and it was always a struggle to play anything, because it's like, well, what do you want to play? Well, there's so many. Like we ran into this with board games too, where it's like you'd get people over, hey, do you want to play games? Cool. And then you spend 45 minutes trying to decide what to play. So I found that it was easier just to send out a group text, be like, hey guys, on Tuesday we're going to play Root, or we're going to play Cuba Libre, or whatever it is. And we have so many spaces, and if you want it, RSVP. Here's a link to the rules on Board Game Geek. Please know what you're getting into, and that went a lot better than just the random show up and play. And the other night, Evelyn and our daughter and I were trying to watch a movie on like a streaming service, and we probably spent 30 minutes, Googling like which service is it on. Then you log in and you need the premium membership, or you need this, and then finally found the movie, tried to watch it. Now there's ads on a service we're paying for. It just feels like cable television, right? Like, oh, the movie's on, but it's an hour and a half, but it's going to take 2 hours to watch on TV, and they're going to cut it up and have some commercials. So I just kind of got fed up with it. And Sunday, I took my daughter around, and we hit up some thrift stores, and I bought a VHS and a little carrying case, or not a carrying case, like a little cabinet for them, which I thought was, kind of cool. And I kind of got excited and was talking to her about it, and she picked up some stuff she liked, and just like I thought it was really cool. So anyway, I'll head back there and we'll take a look at that. All right, so picked this up at the local Goodwill for like $5 or whatever. It's just a little VHS piece of furniture here that I think there's like 9 slots in each one, so it was 18. I told my daughter, I was like, hey, if I fill this up by the end of the year, that'll be kind of cool. I want to get like Cave Dwellers, the MST3K episode I used to have. I want to pick up Event Horizon, just like a couple of movies I remember from my youth. Looking for a copy of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is like a terrible movie with What is the guy's name? Great content. Anyway, you can Google it. But I also picked up for $2. I got this copy of Cool Runnings on VHS in this little clamshell. So I was really excited about that, and ended up going out to my mom's house and picking up a VCR. And while we were there, Valen grabbed this cool clamshell of Indian in the Cupboard, which kind of looks like a cupboard and has a little keyhole. And then my mom brought out a bag of VHS, so we picked up Field of Dreams, Stargate, The Ring, and Cabin Fever. The last two just look like terrible, campy horror movies, but I do like this transparent slipcover. I don't know what this movie's about. Same for this. Like, the case is obviously like super water damaged, but VHS that I just threw on the floor, besides being thrown on the floor, looks fine. There's nothing on the actual tape itself, which is good. Apparently there's some issues VHS can have with like getting mold on them. So we had to go through, and there's actually one or two I put back at my mom's that kind of has some gross stuff on it. But anyway, so if you're playing along at home, we have 18 spots here and 4 slipcover VHS. So probably I need to slow down if I don't want to fill this thing up by the end of the year. Realizing I should really clean these off, but just wanted to get some video footage of the actual VHS player that I had as a kid, this little Emerson. And then my parents bought this Curtis Mathis. It was apparently a small fortune back in the early 80s. So anyway, that's the plan, is to pick up a few movies, kind of make it a ritual, like a movie night. Like I said, used to really love board game night, just getting to have some friends over, play some games on purpose. We used to actually make people put their cell phones in a basket. It's like, hey, if you want to come over, drop your phone in this basket. And had a few people kind of balk at it. And I was like, hey, listen, if your job is that important, if you're an air traffic controller or a doctor on call and you need to go save somebody's life, then, maybe don't come over and play board games. And it's not that serious. But I just like the idea of ritual and, interacting, and I really want to spend more time in 2025 kind of being intentional about that. I know for me, I have kind of an addictive personality, and so I find myself sometimes just, I work from home and I'll start work, log into my laptop, and then I'll put an earbud in, I'll start listening to an audiobook or a podcast or something, and I'm like almost annoyed when I have to turn it off at lunch, and then get back on in the afternoon, and then I'm just so like drained by the end of the day because I've spent 5 or 6 hours kind of like passively taking in content, and like I'll find myself doom scrolling Facebook sometimes and like watching reels or videos or whatever. It's like, I just don't want to do that. Like the reason I like playing board games, because it's a ritual, right? You have to like set up the time, you have to set up the table, you have to have your opponents there, everyone has to agree that we're going to do this thing. And that's what my daughter and I were talking about, is like getting back to a movie night where, a day or two in advance, like, hey, we're going to watch, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels or Blair Witch Project or whatever it is, this MST3K, and, sit down, put the cassette in and enjoy ourselves for a few hours. So like I say, this is really just for keeping myself accountable more than anything else. So if you enjoy it, hey, good for you. If not, maybe go hang out with people in real life. All right, have a good day.